Would you allow your girlfriend to ruin your basketball dreams? Would you allow a woman to ruin your goals and dreams out of life? Well, we're about to hop into this video that talks about the times where it happened. Shout out to the gang. Let's go. She in the streets, playing with the best, yeah, we don't freeze. Niggas try to steal my energy. Waves with the ice, yeah, surfboard me. I get the bag and I dip, yeah. Said I'm a rock star, fell over all of the drip, yeah. Diamonds in my charm, like I just wearing them hips, yeah. Think like a porn star, manifest all of my dreams, yeah. I'm living like a god, rock star, trap star. Got the gas with me, yeah. What's good, Dark Knight gang? I'm Neptune. Hey, bro, today I'm about to react to a video. NBA players' careers destroyed by their girlfriends. This should be fuego. Y'all requested it. Don't trip, you know I got y'all. We're about to see NBA superstars' careers that were destroyed by their girlfriends. Bro, please do not allow your boyfriend, girlfriend, whoever you with to destroy whatever you got going on. You feel me? This should be a fire video. Oh, my God. Let's see what happened with these NBA players. Everybody have a great day. Look, I ate a lot today. My stomach is full, so I'm chilling. Let's hop into this video. Shout out to the gang. Let's go.
Steve Nash's relationship with his ex-wife was so messed up.
We're starting off with Steve Nash. Steve Nash is a beast, bro.
We couldn't help but put it here.
What happened?
Steve Nash is one of the most popular and prominent names in NBA history. The Canadian-born former NBA player was a two-time MVP and eight-time All-Star point guard who guided some of the most dynamic offenses in NBA history. Nash is remembered by many who watched his game as one of the most unselfish and creative floor generals of all time.
Facts.
A 6'3" wizard who tormented defense with his excellent shooting touch, superb vision, and a futuristic understanding of positioning and angles. However, while Steve was making waves in the NBA, dropping assists and writing his name as one of the NBA greats, things were not so great at home. It all began when Nash met with Paraguayan filmmaker Alejandra Almeria in Manhattan while he was playing for the Dallas Mavericks. The two shortly began dating, and 3 years later, they welcomed twin daughters Lola and Bella. A year after the birth of their daughters, the couple got married and seemed to be living a fairy tale romance. It seemed that nothing could add to their happiness until the couple announced that they would be expecting baby number 3. But then, everything turned around after Nash announced an impending divorce, just a day after his wife had given birth to their third child.
What a twist!
Nash released a statement saying, "I'm very thankful and excited that we have a new son, Mateo Nash. Alejandra and the baby are doing fine, but this is a bittersweet moment for my wife and I. After 5 years, we are now in the process of dissolving our marriage." According to the basketball player, it hadn't been all roses for both of them and they had been living apart before the birth of the third child. But Nash didn't reveal it all. Shortly after he announced his impending divorce, rumors began to fly around that their third child, Mateo, wasn't in fact Nash's, and she had been cheating on him with one of Nash's teammates.
Oh, nah,
The divorce became a highly publicized event, and that's not surprising because Steve Nash at the time was regarded amongst the most sought-after and recognized NBA stars.
For sure.
But the twist didn't end there. Almeria admitted that Nash had cheated on her years prior. Although Nash has not spoken publicly about this accusation, he was reportedly cheating on his wife with a 22-year-old singer, Nelly Furtado, who name-checked the basketball player in her hit song, Promiscuous, singing, "Is that the truth? Are you talking trash? Or is your game MVP like Steve Nash?" After learning about the affair, it's believed that Almeria slept with Nash's teammate and gave birth to his child as a way of getting back at Nash for cheating on her. Many sources believe that Jason Richardson was the father of the couple's third child and not, in fact, Nash. There are claims that the child was black, and since Steve was Caucasian and Alejandra was of Hispanic heritage, the possibility of both of them conceiving an African-American son together is virtually impossible. And here's where it gets even more interesting. Just a few months before the birth of Mateo, Richardson was quickly traded to the Orlando Magic in December. We believe that Nash learned of the affair and made it known to the team, and that's why Jason was traded off.
So Steve Nash was cheating on his chick with Nelly Furtado. So then his chick went and said, all right, I'm going to get some revenge, have sex with your teammate and give birth to your teammate's son. And y'all will never know who the father is. Yo, that's crazy. Hopefully they did a DNA test. It don't seem like it, but that's insane, man.
When you're best known for an academic fraud investigation and dating Khloe Kardashian, then you know how bad one's basketball career has gone. In 2002, Scouts.com ranked Rasheed McClain as the #1 high school basketball player in the country. Many people believed he was going to have a decent career in the NBA and maybe even go on to do great things because he had the talent to do everything on the court and become a powerful shooting guard in the league. However, that didn't last long because in the summer of 2008, Rasheed began to date Khloe Kardashian.
As an athlete, I want to thank you for your bravery
Khloe Kardashian, not Caitlyn Jenner. Relax.
And as a human, I want to thank you for the doors you've opened. And on behalf of the entire NBA and half of the rappers on the Billboard charts, I want to thank you for giving your daughters their daddy issues.
Rashad had spent just 4 seasons in the NBA, and it was over just like that. Rashad claims that other NBA teams were turned off because of his relationship with Khloe and didn't want to have anything to do with him. During an interview in 2017, Rashad said that his biggest regret was dating Khloe. He also claimed that his highly publicized relationship with the reality TV star made people and teams doubt his commitment to the NBA. Without that situation in play, I'm a 60 to 70 million player.
Nah, you can't blame everything
Well, we don't know about
bro.
that, McCants.
Yeah.
McCants bounced around the D-League and several international leagues, going from Puerto Rico to China to the Philippines to France and other countries before finally hanging it up in 2015. It's definitely sad to watch, as there were less talented people than Rashad who carved out a nice basketball career in the National Basketball Association.
Nah, bro, you can't blame everything on Khloe. I bet you he probably was solid. He was a solid player, but he just wasn't worth the headache that he was causing as well. You know what I'm saying? But if you was a solid ass player, people would have been like, just keep Khloe contained. We don't care. He gonna use that as an excuse. It was the Kardashian.
For someone with a wicked beard, it seems that James Harden is definitely no wise old sage when it comes to women. Harden was the 3rd overall pick in the NBA draft when he was starting up his career as a professional NBA player. However, his 2009 season was underwhelming, and that's us being fair. At this time, Harden was already dating a hard-nosed rapper, Trina, who he would later dump via a text message in 2012. In 2015, Harden had become the main man for the Houston Rockets, and he was dropping a career-high number of points and assists at the time. And the man even took his team as far as the Western Conference Finals that year. Harden was making such waves and performing his iconic celebration that you couldn't help but notice the man with the wicked beard dictating the game wickedly. The following season was supposed to be the moment for Harden to win that NBA championship that had continued to avoid him. But as luck would have it, he met Khloe Kardashian. And we know how the story goes when you meet a Kardashian. Are we the only ones that think that maybe there's a curse with NBA players and the Kardashians? His meeting the reality star would cast a heavy shadow over Harden's game, and the Rockets would end up with a disappointing 27-28 record. During his time with Khloe, Harden was committing a career-worst 4.5 turnovers a game and shooting just 42.7% from the floor, his worst mark since his rookie season.
Thanks, James. that look says it all.
Tristan Thompson had just signed a deal with Cleveland Cavaliers in October of 2015 worth over $82 million. And 8 months later, the Cavs won their first ever championship with Thompson playing one of the leading roles in writing a new chapter of history in the NBA. During this time, Thompson had one of the best seasons of his career, if not the best ever. But around August 2016, just 2 months after winning the championship, Thompson was pictured walking out of a nightclub with Khloe Kardashian. Don't these people learn? Didn't you just see what happened with Harden just over a year ago? Just after Thompson and Khloe were pictured together, Thompson's career, as you might have guessed by now, wasn't the same. The following year in the 2017 finals, Thompson was so bad that despite being popular for his rebound prowess, he got out-rebounded by Steph Curry, who made sure Thompson got to know about it. His form did not get any better because the following year in 2018, the same thing would happen again. The only difference this time was that Thompson was awful all through the game. Like, really awful. Everything from his minutes to his numbers all dropped to alarming numbers, and when he did play, he was a shadow of his former self. He went from being one of the best rebounders in the league to a complete joke. It also didn't help matters that Thompson had been caught cheating on Khloe while she was pregnant with their daughter. This led to him being booed by his own fans.
Next call.
It's safe to say that the pressure that comes with dating a Kardashian, as well as Thompson's awful attitude, and the jeers from the fans all made it difficult for the man to replicate the old form that saw him become what many believed would become the X Factor against Curry's Warriors due to his ability to switch on to guards.
What if it's the expectation and all the pressure they feel from dating a Kardashian that's fucking them up? You know what I'm saying? What if they feel a lot of pressure like, But nah, they in the NBA. You know how much pressure they have all the time? I don't know why the Kardashians are fucking them up, bro. I have no clue.
Lamar and Khloe's relationship was mysterious and somewhat unusual. Lamar met the Kardashian sister in 2009 and officially began dating in September. A month later, they were married. And if that's not unusual, I don't know what else would fit that bill. The relationship between the pair was highly publicized, and Lamar would go on to feature on a lot of the Kardashians' hit popular reality show, Keeping Up with the Kardashians. As an outsider or fan watching the couple, nothing really seemed wrong. They didn't appear as the perfect couple, but the pair looked perfectly okay together. A couple months after their marriage, Lamar won his second championship with the Lakers, so everything looked fine and dandy.
Yeah, it looks good.
However, those who knew the couple well enough would all agree on the same thing. The marriage and affair spelled trouble from the very beginning, and it was a miracle they lasted 5 years to begin with. Their much and very well-publicized downfall began 2 years after their marriage, and it went downhill very fast from there. It all began with a trade to the Dallas Mavericks where Lamar would experience the worst season in his career by far. Odom appeared to be struggling the entire season, and mentally he was just not there. The former two-time NBA champion didn't seem like he was enjoying his basketball, and struggled to train well during his practice sessions. Speaking about this, Lamar said, "When you have relationships with people and there are hard times, you know how to deal with one another. When you don't, it's obvious." There are many ways to interpret that, but one thing is for sure, and that's that he was not in the right state of mind. In 2013, Lamar would play his final NBA game, which is coincidentally the same year that Khloe filed for divorce. However, the divorce did not sit well for Lamar, and 2 years later, Lamar was found unconscious in a brothel. He had OD'd and was in a coma where the NBA star suffered 12 strokes and 2 heart attacks. During this time, Khloe did not leave his side and stayed until he recovered. After Lamar finally recovered, his NBA career was pretty much over. During an interview where Lamar spoke about just how bad things got for him, he said, "At that point in my life, I was doing coke every day. Pretty much every second of free time that I had, I was doing coke. I couldn't control it."
Hey, this was a good video. The Kardashians were all throughout this video. That was crazy. But this was a good video. They're allowing their relationships to mess them up out of life. And Lamar Odom, damn, I forgot the downfall that he had. You know what I'm saying? I'm glad that he's cool now, right? I think everything's good with Lamar Odom. But yeah, man, great video. Let me know what you guys thought about it down in the comments. I'm going to see everybody next time. Shout out to the gang. Everybody have a good night. Peace.
She in the